Men don't care.
No, best
We
believe
don't
men
care.
don't care. You ain't met my man. You ain't
don't
met my
care.
man. You ain't met my man. Let's just be real.
Does he have kids?
No, okay, you know what? Okay, you want to go...
It's just a question.
No, he doesn't have kids.
I don't want to categorize him incorrectly.
He doesn't have kids, but...
So he's one of those that got a chick with 2 kids and he don't have kids? He's one of those?
Correct. He's one of those, but guess what? He wants to have a big family. He wants a lot of kids. And I can't give that to him, but I can give him at least 1, and that's about it, because I got 2 already. And that's just his
You just said he can't have his dreams come true because he's with you.
I'd rather take 100,000 pennies over $100,000 because 100,000 in pennies is worth more than $100,000. Isn't that concerning?
Be so for real right now. Oh, trust me, it's concerning. But not for the reason you think it is. Okay? Because what the is that math? What is that? Listen, I ain't the brightest crayon in the shoebox, but something about that just don't add up. What the hell?
Saying I don't date single moms, the way that women say I don't date broke men, would that be seen as preference or prejudice?
It will be seen as prejudice by women, by some women, I imagine, but preference by men. But the answer is it's preference.
Yeah.
I feel like just because a woman has a baby, that doesn't mean it's the end for them. Like, they still have, if it didn't work out with their baby daddy, they still have a chance to find their person. I love when men take on women with babies. Like, I'm like, that's amazing.
I think it would be seen as prejudice, although I think it's fair. I think if you don't want to date someone who has a baby, whether you're a woman or a man, I think that should be your choice, and I think it's completely fair.
Why is it not seen as prejudice when women don't want to date broke men?
Brain break.
Because you don't want anyone to be leeching off of you. I think men and women should be completely equal as far as like how much they work and bring to the table. But the truth is, like, women do carry children, and if they have to be out of work for a while, then the men should be able to make up for that. So I would not date someone who's broke.
Oh, it's actually wild to watch the cognitive dissonance within real time. You cannot, within the same sentence, say that you believe in equality and also give an example of inequality within your thinking. To have a man say, I don't want to be with a single mom, and it could be for financial reasons, you gonna call him prejudice. Meanwhile, it's okay for a woman not to date a broke guy, not because of financial reasons, but because, as a woman, I have to be in a situation and I'm going to have kids. I'm going to have to, and it's a very struggle-filled time. Like, it's absolutely insane to listen to them cope of why the logic doesn't apply to them.
If women had to self-improve to attract hypergamous men, would they call that oppression or accountability?
Men will call it accountability, I suppose.
Probably oppression. I would feel like I'm pressured if I had to, make sure I look like this good every day just to be with someone. I would definitely feel pressured.
It's actually insane. With that logic, you flip genders, men are currently oppressed. Interesting.
Are you ordering?
Yeah, I'm waiting in line.
Oh, what'd you say?
Yeah, I'm waiting in line.
Oh, okay. Can I wait with you?
Yeah, you're good.
So at first I thought she might have been trying to get away from somebody because she came over and immediately grabbed me by the hand when she asked me that. So I thought she was going to have me pretend to be her boyfriend because there was somebody following her.
Okay.
How's you guys' night going?
Pretty good, yeah. We're trying to just get 2 lemon drops, so we're not doing anything crazy.
Okay, that's what's up.
Do you want to take it with us?
Huh?
Do you want to take lemon drops with us?
I'm okay. I'm going to get a Crown and Sprite.
Oh. What's your name?
Andrew.
Andrew? I'm Kylie.
Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Jordan. Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
You noticed the immediate vocal tonality change because I didn't immediately agree to what she wanted?
Take lemon drops with us.
I'm okay. I don't too acidic for me. I'm going to stick with my usual.
What kind of shot do you like?
I don't normally do shots. I just drink. I'll sip a mixed drink.
I don't take shots either, but I deadass don't take shots, but I'll take.
This is the equivalent to a girl telling you, I usually don't do this before you hook up on a first or second date.
I think I'm okay.
Just because you're cute.
Huh?
I said just because you're cute.
I can't do it. So, you're like the 5th girl who's done that tonight. I swear.
Don't do like this. I understand that girls want free drinks, but if you got it like that, dudes are gonna offer to buy you drinks, which, I mean, I don't really recommend. As a dude, you don't just go around buying random girls drinks because of like this. So that's why during interactions, I generally recommend just making conversation and judging the interest level from there. You don't lead with buying a girl a drink, because there's a lot of girls who just go around at night expecting free drinks out of guys with no type of interest in them at all, just looking at them as a source of a free drink. So don't be the guy who gets suckered into buying girls like this drinks simply because you can't say no. And with that being said, guys, I hope you got some value out of this, and I'll see you in the next video.
Many people ask themselves this question: why can one man date a lady for a long period of time, and then the next lady he gets into a relationship with, he marries her in a short period of time? What causes this? I want everybody to know that God gave men the highest spiritual intelligence. God gave men the power to name a thing the very minute they see it. Unlike women, men are not easily deceived. This is why the serpent never spoke to Adam, rather he spoke to Eve. So the very minute that a man sees you, he has already named you. That's why each and every animal that passed before Adam, he was able to name it. He was not confused. He never switched the names. And the very minute he opened his eyes from deep sleep, he was not struck with confusion. He saw her and he called him bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of a man. That is not a man who was confused. So men will know the very minute they see you if you are their wife or not. The problem is many women think that the man is confused. They think that I need to do so much. Let me cook, let me sleep with him, let me do this, let me pay this, so that he can see that I am worthy to be his wife. And he knows that you are not his wife. So the man can stay in the relationship for a very long time, knowing very well that you are not his wife. He's not going to deny all the free things that you are giving him. He's not going to tell you, no, stop, don't do that, you're not my wife. No, he is not. The problem is, while the man is in the relationship for a very long time, knowing very well that you are not his wife, the lady who is in the long-term relationship, she is full of confusion. She keeps on praying, God, will this man ever marry me? Lord, should I be in this relationship or should I leave? So the person that is confused in these long-term relationships, it is never the man. It is always the lady, because women are susceptible to deception, but men were not created to be deceived. So I want everybody to know, men are not confused beings. They have spiritual intelligence. They know if you are their wife or not. He will just waste your time only if you allow him to waste it.
So you want to know why a lot of black women are single and why only 27% of black women, I did my research last night, it's now 27%, as to why only 27% of black women are getting married nowadays? Because they're too busy giving the black man what they think and feel he deserves instead of giving the black man what he wants. Black men have been saying since the beginning of the time loudly, I don't want a woman who wears a whole bunch of weave. Modern black men are now saying, I'm tired of y'all wearing the fake eyelashes. I'm tired of all the makeup. I'm tired of the bust down lace front wigs with the swoops in the front that look crazy. I'm tired of y'all not going to the gym. I'm tired of y'all making excuses for not going to the gym, being overweight. I'm tired of y'all being argumentative. I'm tired of y'all not cooperating. They have literally been screaming at the top of their lungs. And black women are still doing whatever they want to do, saying, "Oh, even though you said you wanted all these things, nah, I'm not going to give you all those things. I'm going to give you what I feel as though you deserve." So this package here, that's not cooperative, that's overweight, that talks back, that has the weave and bust down lace front wigs. I'm going to give you this instead, and you just need to accept it. Black men are tired, y'all. I'm going to need y'all to get together.
You know, these modern women, I think there was a clip, the MTR was reacting to it, where, it's complicated. The original channel is giving these interviews and he's asking good questions. And a lot of times you see these modern women, they have a line of thinking. And when he starts asking critical questions, at first you see him rapid fire, they're firing it off, right? I've already thought about this. I have an answer to it. But the longer it goes and the more questions he's asking, then the more they have to stop and think. And they try to hold fast to what they believe. But then it's like, well, yeah, that does make a lot of sense. Well, we can get pregnant, so you're going to have to make up for that. Okay. So since I'm going to have to do more labor, well, I'm carrying the child, so you're going to have to do more of the work. Right. And that's what I'm saying. If I have to do more of the work, then shouldn't I have a say so in what that looks like? If I have to do more of the work, say for instance, I carried the baby, I feel the baby, I feel the child, I understand this, and this. So naturally I'm better at this, right? So shouldn't we both, even though we're learning how to do, kind of cross training, if you will, shouldn't we be able to speak on what we're an expert at? At the very least, at the bare minimum, that would be the case. But it seems like modern women, they want to speak on both sides. They should be able to know what a woman is, or they should be able to understand. And I should say they should be able to speak to. And I want a stronger word than speak to, because they're more demanding. They're more dominate. They should be able to dominate the thought of, well, this is what a woman is, and this is what a man is. And so I get to talk about both and and this and that. Foolishness.
It's so hard to be a woman in this industry,
In what regard?
because OnlyFans has the stereotype that if you're on OnlyFans, you're doing Bonnie Blue type,
Yeah.
But we're very reserved with our content. I'm a virgin. I don't post anything crazy. I don't post anything. I'm very reserved.
So you don't show nudity?
Every now and then I will, but I'm not out here.
So before I get into this topic, you guys already know I don't really care for OF. I don't care for women selling their bodies. I literally was on whatever podcast 4 times, and one of the things I said that made me go viral was, if you need any help making money in the content creation space to where you don't have to sell your body, get at me, mama. And that ruffled a little bit of feathers. I didn't shame the girl. I didn't make fun of her. I didn't put her down. She was a very gorgeous girl, 18 years old, selling her buns. I don't see how that's bad to want to guide a young woman into doing better things. I'm 30, gonna be 31 on January 5th. I've never sold my body. I've never danced. I've never stripped. I've never sold butthole pics. I've never sold feet pics. I'm not trying to make fun of you, but I don't ever do things like that. I've always worked my whole life and did whatever I could to get to where I'm at. Hence why I went viral for talking about this. To say you're reserved when this is your profile. So apparently this is reserved. This is reserved. So reserved. Yes, we're so reserved. This screams, I'm a virgin. Right. Again, more stuff that screams I'm reserved and to myself. Now, example, since you guys never understand, I always like to give analogies because women like to always act as if I'm dumb and I'm just trying to hate on them. This girl is very beautiful from head to toe, gorgeous, no makeup, beautiful body. I'm pretty sure she's a sweetheart. But if you guys see me on the podcast, wasn't I trying to whoop Kiko's ass? So now if I go around other people and they go, Miss Taylor like crazy, will she try to fight me? Can I get mad at women thinking I'm not a stepper when I showed what type of person I can be if I'm upset? Correct? So if you're showing your treats online and you do give nudity every now and then, 10%, you're showing a little nip here and there, how are you going to get mad at the way people perceive you? But this is the stuff you're showing them. Don't put yourself out there if you don't want people to judge you. I don't understand what's wrong with some of this generation of women. It's like they do crazy things and don't want to be judged for it. But everybody judges. We're all human. That's why I said I don't hate her. I don't know nothing about this girl besides the fact that she does OF. I just think it's funny that they're always coming on here complaining about how people treat them, complaining about how people look at them. But this is the stuff you're showing to people. You're showing them a sneak preview of your butthole and then getting mad at them for looking at you like you're a 304. Then conduct yourself better. If you cared so much about your appearance, you would delete all your pictures and try to act like a better person, but that's never going to happen. You guys will suck up all the OF money, and then when you get as much as you can, then you'll go and say, nope, no more OF. Well, you made all the money that you can. Have a good one. God bless.
So I finally watched the Natalie Nunn and Cam Newton interview, and I must say, all y'all on TikTok are stupid. And at this point, I've come to the conclusion that they don't got their fathers because these baddies need some daddies. How can y'all sit here and say that Cam Newton was manipulating this? This couldn't even say a word, and it was his show. So I have a couple things to say pertaining to the interview. And I wrote some notes down, but I don't even think I need my notebook because it's on my brain right now. First and foremost, Natalie Nunn, what the is wrong with you? She is prime example of how just don't know how to shut the up. Like, you weren't doing nothing but being loud and wrong. Talking about money this, money that, money this, money that. All you talked about was money. What else do you have? Do you have substance? Do you have logic? I don't think so, because you didn't use it. You don't even know how to read the room. You over here this is what she did. She was in her car on her way to that interview, and she Googled Cam Newton and was like, let me see what dirt I can get on him, because I know he gonna say something to me, and I need my lick back. You be weird. Natalie, we know you're a hoe. We seen your OnlyFans. You're on all these on OnlyFans. Let's stop acting like your husband and your daughter don't see this. Your daughter's old enough. She got an iPad. The internet is and these kids nowadays are way more advanced than we were as kids. They're nosy as So what you think you're trying to hide, we already know. Talking about Baddies is a show for women empowerment and to help women build confidence and character. Shut the up. How the f building confidence and character and y'all ripping out their hair from the scalp on national television? How the f are y'all working on character, confidence, and woman empowerment when y'all do nothing but bring down? Make feel like, boy, I'm gonna tell you this.
Good morning. On today's episode of the dumbest shit that I see on the internet.
You miss me, you dirty. Look at my dirty baby father. He don't take care of his child.
Now, before I go further with my thoughts, I just want the people of the United States to know. Matter of fact, scratch that. I want the people of the universe to know, because I'm worldwide, that these are the type of that these who get up here talking about that they need princess treatment and they need to do this for them. These are the that they are laying down with and having children with and letting them. Now, when I get up here and try to tell y'all this, I get these in my DMs calling me a pick-me. I'm a pick-me, but that's who you picked as your baby father. Yeah, so when they get up here talk about some man, the next man that DM me gotta drive this, you lay down with a whose mode of transportation is a Razor scooter. Get the out my face. This looks like 42 Doug before the deal. Get the out my face. These are the that y'all with. Then y'all feel so guilty about with them. That's why y'all get so mean, and that's why y'all don't like. That's why y'all make want to do what they don't want to do, because you're embarrassed. You thought you was embarrassing him. No, you should be embarrassed that you and you had a baby by him. Talk about look at my baby father. We see him, and I can put my life on it that this been dirty when you was when he didn't just turn 30. He been dirty. I could tell. And please don't get up here insulting my intelligence, talking about some, oh, I can't want change. I made a mistake. I wouldn't even touch a if I knew that she was like that. And that's what y'all not understanding. You didn't make your baby father take you on no extravagant dates before he you. You didn't make your baby father go out the country with you. You didn't make your baby father have to buy you all these meals. So don't get up here now in 2026 talking about some what you're not accepting from, because what you don't want is the bare minimum, but you accepted the bare minimum. Have a beautiful day, everyone.
The men that get upset at women for wanting a man with money, here's an idea. Find yourself a woman that doesn't care about money. There are plenty of women in this world that think time and attention is more than enough. So go get them.
First of all, we're not going to judge her because we are sinners like she is, and that's not our work, it's God's work. There are things in life that are way more important than only thinking about money. Yes, the Bible talks about the men should provide and protect, but Why people think that providing is only money? That is not only about money. Providing is for a man being faithful, providing his faithfulness. Yeah, that's something the money can't buy. And it's way important than money. What other things a man can provide? Peace, clarity, consistency. It's more important to have a man who is consistent with you, who show you that you are a priority for him, who bring you peace. And also you want a man who provides to be with you in the hard times, because everyone is with you in the easy times, but not everyone is with you in the hard. You want a man who provide maturity, wisdom, because some people are smart but they do not have wisdom. You know that? You want a man who bring you closer to God, not far away from God. So pay attention to that one, please. So there are more things in life that money can't buy. Pick the right one.
The millennial generation of women is the first generation that can be financially independent without the need of a man. So women don't need men financially, therefore they want them for different reasons.
When you're talking about women not being able to get credit cards, women couldn't incur debt. They weren't allowed to incur debt.
Yeah.
So who incurs the most amount of debt in modernity? Men or women?
Women in the United States, correct.
Yeah. So the thing is like, that doesn't seem like that's financial independence. It seems like that's financial slavery to me.
Well, they owe things
and not only
to the
that,
banks.
most of the time that they end up with houses, they own more houses than men. They usually get them in divorces, not because they bought them straight out. Women could get bank accounts, actually. It's just if they were married, they didn't. And it went through the husband because the husband was responsible for all the debt. The women could not incur debt. They could still spend the money, but they couldn't incur the debt.
Yeah, but they also couldn't take out a loan or have a credit
They could take
card.
out loans. They just couldn't take out loans. If they were married, their husband took out the loan because they couldn't incur the debt.
So
That was a good thing.
So there wasn't financial independence is what I'm trying to say.
Why would you need financial independence if you're married?
Because when people
That's counterintuitive.
I still think that people are individuals regardless of whether they are in a partnership with somebody else or not.
You don't simp for women because there's too many women that are just foul right now, right? Where have all the good women gone? We ask ourselves. Well, they're few and far between, and particularly in the cities. When you simp to these women, and these young women are really hardened, and they're entitled, and there's an ugliness from the inside out. Do you not see it? When you simp to them, they get the idea that they can do no wrong. They get the idea that no matter what they do, you will be there to take it all, to absorb all that, whatever they have. They want to be nasty to you. They want to treat you like garbage, whatever it may be. And most importantly, guys, they get the idea that the power dynamic is in their court. They hold power and you do not.
I just think, Taylor commenting on the whole, I think Sophie Rain thing. I think her name is Sophie Rain. Sophia, something like that. I couldn't imagine. I think she said she does it she goes nude or something like that every so often. I wouldn't imagine making that much money. You wouldn't ever be nude, right? Now, some of these ladies, some of these women, they be like, oh, I haven't touched a man, this, and this. And then they be in the shot with, oh, that was just for show, yada, yada, yada. Maybe there are some ladies that are like, well, I only do it for show. Strictly for show. I don't have no man in my bed. You never see me shooting anything with a man. It's just me. That's all I sell. A lot of modern women try to dumb down what they're doing. And honestly and truly, from what I saw on that little Instagram page from what Taylor was looking at, first of all, it looked like she had a picture in there where she looked like she was like 15. And I'm like, oh, okay, I see it now. It disappeared for a few years and post a story. Oh, and maybe that's something from way back when, I guess. But no, I guess looking at it now, she said, it's nothing too crazy. It's modest. I guess technically compared to what they be doing on OF, this is sad to say, it would be modest. It would be modest. She looks like one of those IG girls that you see going on around line. I guess that's what this looks like. And that's the crazy part about it. That's the crazy part about it. Man, we in bad shape, man. We in bad shape, man.
Some people say, if you don't have money, a woman will not love you. You don't know women. When you have a lot of money, she doesn't need the money. She now needs attention. When you have a lot of attention, you don't have money. The woman doesn't need the attention. She needs the money. When you have both the attention and the money, the woman doesn't need attention and money. She needs a bad boy. When you are a bad boy, the woman doesn't need a bad boy. He needs a church boy that is holy. If you're a church boy that is holy, he needs a church boy with a little bit of twerk of bad boy.
Men are always going to gain so much more from their relationships with women than women are going to gain from their relationships with men. And you can argue, oh, like, what if he does this for you, or he's handy, or, you know, you can hire someone. Like, there's just the mental energy that women give to men. It's
Shorty said that men gain more from being friends with women than women gain from being friends with men. And then she said, he gave the example of like, what if he's handy? What if he helps you with this, that, or third, da, 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 da. She said, because women give more mental power, more mental energy in being friends with men. I'm sorry. Have you ever been friends with a woman before? A woman will come to you about her problems, right? And then you'll give her a solution to said problem, right? She won't listen to the solution, but she'll still complain about it. She will always be in a crisis, but never do anything to solve said crisis. And you don't think that's mentally taxing? Mind you, this isn't even just a perspective of a man being friends with a woman. I've heard women who are friends with women say this as well. What mental toll does it take on you to be friends with a man? Because men, this is so stupid. This is so stupid. A man might come to you because you're a woman and vent to you more than he would his male friends. But even in that, he's still looking for a solution, right? Your female friends are going to vent to you and not look for a solution. What have I gained from women being my friends? Not saying that like me being friends with men, I've gained so much. I'm just saying like, what have I gained from being friends with women? Honestly, the only people I've ever fallen off with on a friendship basis is women. Like those are like, I think I've fallen off with one dude who was a friend of mine, one guy in my whole life, one guy. Like we had an actual falling out. But with women, there's always a falling out. Women rarely have best friends that last longer than 5 years. That's why when you ask a man, who's your best friend and when did you meet him? They'll say something like kindergarten, middle school. You ask a woman, hey, who's your best friend? Oh, I met her in college. How old are you? I'm 24. So like last year? Yeah, I'll just be saying nonsense, bro.
Okay, guys, I want to talk to you really quick because obviously my name keeps getting brought up by either women or men. Lately, it's these red pill guys because I said my money, or what did I say? His money is our money and my money is my money, which is a common saying, whatever. I'm not even going to elaborate because I don't care to explain myself to them. But what I will say is, if you're not going to be a man, women, like if you're gonna say, oh, women should do this for us and we're the prize and blah blah blah, at least be a man for yourselves. And what I mean by that is, so I just want to feel like you guys are doing, whether it's Andrew Tate or the red pill podcast guys, like when they tell you something, when they ask you to jump, you say how high. You're still not a man either way. Do you see what I'm saying? Like you're still a little beta boy doing whatever these men tell you. Why are you mad at us? Why are you mad if me and my husband are cool with each other, if we both make jokes at each other's expense?
We're the trust fund baddie community. We're not red pill related. Why is it that every single time that we call out women on their BS, all of a sudden you become a red pillar? We're not misogynists. We love women. We just hate poor and entitled women. And you, madam, are extremely entitled. There is nothing you was joking about when you said his money is your money. You clearly know what you said. You also expounded on what you said, so just stand on business. Don't try to retract it. This has nothing to do with hating women. This has everything to do with not dealing with entitled women like you, who think just because you look the way you think you look, that's enough. It's not enough. Yes, we are the prize. Yes, your husband is the prize. I don't got nothing against him. I personally support him. But you, on the other hand, you're an op. You're literally his op in 4K. He's just too soft to realize that. And I was doing a little research. They're saying that you're his first everything. You know you got that boy trapped in the cage. It's okay. We see it. But it's okay for us to also call it out. No one is trying to cancel you. All we're trying to do is show your true colors of who you are. We don't want to cancel you. We just want to truly reveal who you are to the world, because there's so many women just like you hiding in the shadows and trying to portray themselves as good, high value women. You're not. You're literally leeching off your husband. We see that in 4K, and we're going to mention that every single time. So when you pick up that mic, speak accordingly. If not, you will hear from us again.
There's never a dull moment when women consistently prove my point when I say that they are way more than men in regards to how they employ multiple tactics to try to destroy another woman, or in some cases, another man.
Women hate women, and I'll forever say that, okay? They're only girls when it benefits them or when they're supporting stupidity, but truly or deep down, they hate women. The moment you start disagreeing with them, they will find ways and means to tear you down, to hurt you in however way that they can.
For example, a girl with the septum ring, her sycophants leaving a negative review on my business page, you know. So riddle me this, Batman. What is your point and your purpose of doing that? For me to go out of business? For me to fire my employees so they can't work and they can't provide for their family? For me to no longer be able to provide for my family and to be homeless? Because when y'all try to cancel people, y'all do it in such an extreme that it's like it makes you feel good. And this is why I say people who make being a victim an entire personality and identity are hurt people always hurt people. And y'all prove my point every day with this entire situation.
No matter how many times you come on my page, you black, to be specific, come on my page, talk about how much you don't like my hair, talk about my teeth, talk about everything about me, I still show up looking the exact same every time. Wanna know why? Because I'm not like you weird. You will sit up here and a man will say, oh, we don't like them lace fronts, we don't like them 6-ass inch nails that y'all wear. Y'all like, we don't care what a like, because I do it for me and my. Can we be honest? Let's be honest. All right, you. Because otherwise, you would be like, oh yeah, if a man's telling me he doesn't like these things, obviously I want to be married to a man, right? But no, you want to be married to women. That's why you hype up what women say over what men say. Because there ain't no way a woman gonna talk me into wearing no straight lace front. Because why? If men are saying they like my hair curly, if men are saying, oh, we like natural women, why would I do the exact opposite of what I likes about me? It does not make sense. It makes no sense. And then black women, you like to over-sexualize yourselves and then get mad when people give you attention and wonder why you're not married. Baby, like that's what you're giving out. You're twerking online, you're drinking, you're acting and you're expecting to be somebody's wife? Absolutely not. And y'all made it 100% clear that y'all not breastfeeding. Whatever black women got against breastfeeding needs to be studied mentally, because at the end of the day, I breastfed all 3 of my kids for a year, and the black women were the main ones being like, I would never, oh girl, I would never, oh I want to go party, or oh girl, that's nasty. How was that nasty? Like, where else did y'all think that the babies were eating from back in the day? But only black women think like that. Black women have the lowest rates of breastfeeding in the world. And it kind of goes hand in hand with the lowest rates of marriage in the world. And I know you're gonna be like, oh, you're not even married anymore. Legally, I am. So I can still speak up on it. But like I said, it's given over-sexualized and it's given ignorant.
So another reason why women get ghosted is they don't understand that after sex happens, the onus of the effort shifts to them.
To the women.
To the women.
Interesting.
Perhaps you've heard this said that men are the gatekeepers of commitment and women are the gatekeepers of.
I heard that in the book, yeah.
But in modern dating, which precedes commitment, then we just come up against the women's gatekeeping first. And this isn't even really about men and women. It's about who's like on the outside and who has the power to let them in. So women have the power to let men in, and this happens before commitment these days. So the man's going to be making the effort. He's running offense. She's running defense.
At first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes women think, because they get kind of anchored there, that after this happens, that he's just going to keep trying or keep escalating. And it's like, no, sweetie, you have to make the effort. You didn't just hand over to every man that desires it from you. Why is that man going to hand over commitment just because you want it? You have to go get it. Now you are on offense. He's on defense, and he can let you in or not. And so a lot of women don't try. They don't make the effort. And they also often don't know what to do. They don't know how to secure a man's commitment.
You know, and you just have to laugh at the pastor. I think the Nigerian pastor, when he was talking about women and what they need, and he was going through all of the different phrases or the phases and stuff like that. If you're a church boy, now she needs a bad boy, and if you're a bad boy, now she needs a bad boy with these credentials and qualifications. And it's just foolishness over and over and over again. It's just a game, and modern women think it's okay because, oh man, this is cute. I mean, yeah, it's okay for me to do this because you know I'm the prize, and that's really the thing. Modern women, they know what they're doing. They understand what they're doing is foolishness. It's foolishness, and they're continuing to do it over and over again. We can't even get to accountability because they know what they're doing. I know I'm acting stupid. I know I'm not supposed to be doing this, but I can get away with it because I'm the prize. All I got to do is show a little skin, and the boys will fall all over me, and I get away with whatever I'm doing. I was just listening to a clip where the woman, it was comedy. She was making fun, but the point behind it was serious. And they were talking about her chest, and she was like, "Oh, you know, you thought these because my chest is big, then you thought these were for having a baby and feeding the baby. No, these are get out of jail free things. These are go to court and get out of trouble free. These are going to the restaurant and getting a date free or getting some drinks free." So they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. It's just, and when you ask them to take accountability, that's their secret weapon.
Top 5 reasons men aren't approaching women. Y'all not gonna believe what number 1 is, but y'all gonna have to stick around to see what it is. Number 5, too many mixed signals. They don't know if she interested or annoyed. Y'all know how y'all be having that rest and be face? I'm guilty of it too. Number 4, fear of rejection. Most men, they hate public embarrassment. And some of y'all women, whoo, baby, y'all could be some mean ones. Number 3, social media has changed dating. DMs feel much safer than walking up. It's okay to be rejected there. Nobody ain't gonna know. Number 2, they think she's taken. If she look good, somebody probably already claimed her. But they don't know her phone is dried in the desert. And number 1, the risk doesn't feel worth it. One bad rejection can make a man stop approaching altogether. That's exactly why you men need to go and take my red flag audit test, so y'all can see all these red flags and y'all won't have the fear of approaching a real woman.
A lot of us were raised by women who hate men. Women who had so much unresolved pain, bitterness, and trauma that they pass that hatred down. Nobody want to talk about it because it disrupts the narrative that women can do no wrong. But be honest, how many of y'all grew up hearing, don't depend on no man, all men are dogs, don't let no man play with you, men only want one thing? But not once did they tell you how to choose a good man. Not once did they tell you how to communicate with a man. Not once did they tell you that not all men are your enemy. The wild part about it is most of those women wasn't healing. They was projecting. They was recruiting you into their war against men that they started, that they lost, and that they never recovered from. Now whole generations of women is out here fighting battles that they never experienced. Blaming men they never even met. Getting into relationships already angry at somebody who isn't even in the room.
Women did not want women's liberation.
What?
Yes, everybody assumes and believes that women kind of looked around in the 19th century and they went, we're oppressed. We don't have any rights. I wish I could work. I wish I could get away from my husband who drinks and beats me. And they marched and they picketed until they had voting rights and equality in the workplace. That's the story everyone's heard, and it's not correct at all. In fact, it's the opposite. So we had this big fight in the late 1800s between pro-suffrage groups and anti-suffrage groups. Most women in the United States and England, they far outnumbered by joining the anti-suffrage groups. They were very much against it. And these groups would debate, and women didn't want it. They thought they had a lot of great things going on already that were going to get ruined by suffrage. Only men could be held responsible for debt. There was something called breadwinner laws that said, look, women have to raise kids and be pregnant and have babies. So we have to hold men responsible for financially taking care of women and children. So women couldn't be thrown into a debtor's prison. They couldn't be held legally liable for repaying a loan or anything like that. The anti-suffragists said, you're going to see a lot of divorce. You're going to see broken up families because it's going to pit husband and wife against each other. Political interests will be used to drive a wedge between men and women and break up families. And then we're all going to be a bunch of single moms. We're all going to have to work. Like they literally predicted that.
Women are not going to be receptive to this. Their whole identity has been built from this feminine monster dog, and it's all like lie.
You know what? I'm starting to understand one of the reasons why men do not like expressing their emotions to women. And I'm going to tell you one of the reasons why. Because in society, what women likes to do is they like to call men sassy. They call men sassy about every last thing. He's sassy for that. He's sassy for doing that. Like, I can understand now. Like, I was talking to some guys in my chat yesterday on live, and they was basically like, yeah, that's one of the reasons why. And I'm like, man, it makes perfect sense. Like, as women, we got to take some accountability. I'm not saying all women do this, but I have witnessed plenty of women who do this. They will call a man sassy for expressing how he feel. That would make me as a man not want to express how I feel at all, because like, you're not finna play in my face trying to, take down my dominance. Like, no, I'm not going for that. Personally, as a man, I wouldn't. As a society, we have to do a better job of what we deem as sassy, because everything is not sassy. Y'all say the littlest things are sassy. Like, yeah, there are things that are sassy. Don't get me wrong. But a lot of stuff y'all be saying that is sassy, don't be sassy.
I say I'm a feminist. To me, it's just, I feel like women should have the choice to do what they want. The same as men. Like, men can choose whatever they wanted.
If we want to talk about choice, women didn't have to work. Men never had that choice throughout history. And I'd argue men, even in 2026, men can't realistically go out there in the dating market and be like, I want to be a stay-at-home husband. That will not fly with even liberal women. Liberal women who might have good career ambitions, their standard, even though they are feminists and believe in 50-50 equality, blah, 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 most women, even liberal progressive women, their standard's going to be, I want a guy who makes as much money as me or more. So there is never really a choice for men to want to actually step back and be more taking care of the household. That's a choice women have. Now, in terms of careers, you have to have a really strong understanding of what the world looked like 100, 200, 300 years ago. You have to remember 300 years ago, there wasn't air conditioning. There wasn't like lunch breaks and HR, and there wasn't
pregnancy leave.
No, that did not exist. 100 years ago, as a man, you go into the coal mines. This idea of like lacking of access to the workplace was physical. It was labor.
Let's talk about how men have adapted to the changes that have come in the dating landscape with women. So in the last 60 or 70 years, since we've had feminism come onto the scene and we've had this revolution, one of the things that women often say is how evolved they have become and how free they are and empowered they are and all of the things that they can do and own and be and have. But what's happened with men? A lot of women criticize the fact that men are not welcoming to all of this evolution. But in fact, they have adapted and women don't like it. It's interesting that women want to evolve into these totally new creatures, but they want to see men stay the same. They want to keep men in the protector and provider box. But women get to be in all of the boxes. So ladies, here is a harsh reality. Men are adapting to the changes that they see in modern day women. And a lot of them are just opting out. A lot of them are making the decision that, they don't want to show up as a traditional man to a new age modern woman, because that just doesn't benefit them the same. It doesn't hit the same. So you need to understand that men are going to evolve too. They are going to become less masculine. They're going to become more egalitarian. And a lot of you and your true nature is not going to like it.
We are now living in a world where women are objectifying men, which is crazy because women have been complaining for years about men objectifying them. And it's like your solution is to do the same thing back? What is that teaching them? I just saw a TikTok a couple days ago of this poor man who wore sweatpants to an airport, like you do, and there was a woman filming him. In what world is that okay? And the comment section was filled with women being like, let's see the gray sweats, let's see it, let's see what's there. What are you doing? What are you doing? Where's the line of mutual respect? How can you ask for respect from them if you're not willing to do the same? How does that make sense to you? It just makes me feel so ashamed that there are women out there that have so little respect for men, because then it makes the rest of us look bad. If I ever in my life make a man feel uncomfortable, that says everything about me and my character, and I would never, ever stand for that. You can't make this up, dude.
I think it's a really raw deal for men that we are going to hold men to this masculine standard while we hold women to absolutely no standard whatsoever. It's 100% okay for even feminist or 50-50 equality women to say men should. But it's clearly, whoa, the moment you say women should, now we're getting into sexism. Now we're getting into misogyny. But women, even equality feminist women, men should pay for dates. Men should be chivalrous. Men should protect me. Men's roles are static. Men have to up front be trad, but women get to reserve that until marriage. And even then, a lot of these married chicks, the married liberal chicks, they ain't doing that. I don't think it's going to go over very well, especially with more traditional leaning women, if men started to say, I'm not going to protect you, I'm not going to provide, I'm not going to pay for dates, I'm not going to even be masculine until we're married. That's not going to fly with women. But women can say, I'm not going to be submissive, we're going to be 50-50, I'm not going to cook, I'm not going to clean, you just want a mom. Maybe in marriage you'll get that, and it's still negotiable.
And I really appreciate, and I like the point that Brian is making. Modern women, they get to flip back and forth. They get to, oh, I don't really feel like doing this today. It's like, when kids want to, they really don't want to go to school. I'm sick. I can't go. I can stay in this bed. Can you get me some soup? Actually, I don't want soup. Soup's not gonna make me better. Soup's not gonna make me. Can you give me a Big Mac? Can you give me a chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A with a large fry, extra Chick-fil-A sauce, and a large Dr. Pepper? Oh, and can you put on my favorite show? Oh, I thought you were sick. You couldn't go to school. You couldn't learn. Oh yeah, I really can't. That's what modern women are like. That's exactly what they're like. Oh, I can't. I want to be, but I can't be feminine. I can't. Oof. I can't cook and clean like you asked me to. But I can be feminine, and I can be soft when I want you to give me money and take care of me and be the protector and the provider, and provide like I want you to provide for me. Do what I ask you to do. See, I can be sick however I want to be sick. I can be feminine however I want to be feminine. Okay.